All right, thanks. Hey, maybe the heat has you wanting to stay indoors. There are a bunch of new movies that are out, and Josh Bell, Las Vegas Weekly's film critic, is here with the Bell Breakdown. There it is. Right. Did you hear it this time?
I heard it.
Okay, good. Last
week,
a couple weeks ago, you didn't hear it. We want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, we've got two movies we're going to talk about, and then since you weren't here last week, we're going to talk about the Avengers last week. We want to get your take on it.
People may have heard of that.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Yes.
And I was asking you now, like these two movies that came out, are they going to knock the Avengers out of the top spot?
No, definitely not. I mean, the big movies are kind of staying away for another few weeks because the Avengers is such a juggernaut. I think it's about to cross $1 billion worldwide. It's crazy. Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right, well, Overboard is one of them, and it's a remake starring Anna Faris. And I was saying, this is the whole Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell?
Yeah, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell starred in this movie in '87, I want to say.
Right.
And this is a remake, a very faithful remake in a lot of ways, although the genders are reversed. So in the original, Goldie Hawn played this kind of spoiled rich woman who falls off a boat and gets amnesia.
Right.
And Kurt Russell is this working class carpenter that she's mistreated, and he pretends or convinces her that she's his wife. So here we have Anna Faris as the working class. She's a carpet cleaner and a pizza delivery woman, and she gets mistreated by this Mexican playboy played by Eugenio Derbez, whose name I probably just mispronounced.
Yeah, it's okay.
And so he falls off the boat and gets amnesia, and she convinces him that he's her husband and kind of uses him for free labor, really. Helps take care of her kids, and she's studying to become a nurse, and she needs the time to do that. So it's a questionable premise. I think it was questionable in 1987, and it's still questionable today, and this movie doesn't quite get past the idea that this is basically a funny, heartwarming movie about kidnapping and Stockholm Syndrome.
Right.
So that's a little rough. I think it's not that funny. One of the main saving graces of the original is that Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, of course, had great chemistry. They were a real-life couple. Anna Faris and Eugenio Derbez do not have that same level of chemistry. This movie is sort of aimed at a Latino audience as well. A lot of the dialogue is in Spanish because the Mexican characters. And so that's an interesting twist, and I think it's nice to see a movie that serves a different audience. But overall, this doesn't, I think, improve in any way over the original, which really wasn't that good to begin with.
All right, so Overboard it goes, and we'll move on to Tully. A dramedy, I love that. It's a drama and a comedy in one?
It's got some comedy, yeah. It's mostly a drama, I would say, with Charlize Theron as a sort of harried mother of 3, and she's exhausted and trying to raise her kids, and she gets a night nanny played by Mackenzie Davis named Tully, who comes in and brightens her life. And it's kind of this low-key, pleasant character study for the first 2/3 or so, directed by Jason Reitman, written by Diablo Cody, who made a great movie with Charlize Theron a few years ago called Young Adult, which I loved. And this movie is not nearly as acerbic as that. It's more gentle. And I was enjoying this movie until it has a big twist at the end that basically ruined the entire thing for me.
Oh, boy.
So it was something that I was ready to recommend, and then just it fell apart.
Okay, so
sadly.
People will have to make that decision on their own. Okay, we got about 30 seconds. Avengers, you liked it?
I liked Avengers. I mean, again, I think anyone who wants to see it has probably already seen it maybe 5 or 6 times. But if you like superheroes, if for some reason you haven't gone to see Avengers, it has every superhero in it, every Marvel superhero. It's exciting, it's action-filled. It's maybe not as emotionally resonant as some of the other good Marvel movies, but it's a fun time, and it's the kind of movie you want to see on a big screen.
I was just going to say that. It's probably good to see in the theater.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks so much, Josh, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
All right. That was the Bell Breakdown.
There's the bell.
There's the bell. Stay with us. Happy Friday.